Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, welcome to Pep Talk, and today the talk is going to be, the title of this talk is called The Two Billies. The Two Billies. Now I'm going to have to read a couple things here. I'm sorry I have to read them, but I don't have some of this stuff memorized. But basically the two Billies, they're two gentlemen. One's name is Billy Henderson. The other name is Billy Graham. Both of these guys died this year. Billy Henderson died February the 14th, and Billy Graham died February the 21st. Billy Henderson was 89 when he died, and Billy Graham was 99 when he died. I don't know if these guys knew each other. They may have met at some point in time, but they're both very similar guys, and I thought I would just take this opportunity today to kind of pay tribute to both of them and hopefully maybe give us all a lesson from both of these guys. So let me take the first Billy. The first Billy is Billy Henderson. Billy Henderson was born in Dublin, Georgia, but his family moved to Macon. He went to the Old Lanier High School here. He was a great athlete. He had 14 letters in high school. He went to the University of Georgia, lettered in football and baseball at the University of Georgia, was an All-American in football and baseball at the University of Georgia. And he later went into coaching. He had his first head football job at Old Willingham High School here in Macon, Georgia. And then he went to Mountain Sales and was assistant coach at Mountain Sales for a couple of years. Then he went to Clark Central in Athens, Georgia, where he ended up winning 3 state championships in football. And I want to tell you one quote from a guy that played for Coach Henderson, and this was the quote. He said, "Here is one man who wakes up every day not thinking about what he can do for himself, but what he can do for others." And Billy Henderson's motto was, "It can be done." Now, Billy Graham, on the other hand, was not a coach. Billy Graham was an evangelist. And he started off as a young man going out as a preacher and basically having these tent meetings all over the country. In his career, he ended up preaching to over 210 million people in 185 countries and territories. He was named to the Gallup poll most admired Americans 61 times. Okay? When he died just in February, he is one of only 4 civilians in the history of our country where his body laid in rest or in honor in the rotunda at the U.S. Capitol. Only 4 civilians ever, and he's one of them. One of his favorite sayings that he would say to young people as he would go out and evangelize was, "No reserves, no retreat, no regrets." So these two Billies, while they both had different careers and probably really their paths probably never really crossed, they were very similar in these two regards. As I look at their life and I think about both of them, because I actually knew Coach Henderson and had worked with him a little bit. I've never met Billy Graham, but I've read about him and I've followed his career forever. The two things about them that I think that they have really in common that are keys for all of us in terms of if you want to succeed, okay, if you really want to be good at what you're doing and be a success. Number one is passion. They were both very passionate about what they were doing. And I don't know if you can pan that thing up there, but I have 2 posters in my office. One says passion and the other says focus. All right, and so this is what these 2 guys have in common that I think all of us need to learn from. Passion, it says this: there are many things in life that will catch your eye. Many things in life that will catch your eye, but only a few will catch your heart. Pursue those. Pursue those things that catch your heart. And the other is focus. And focus, it says, if you chase two rabbits, it's an old Chinese proverb. It says, if you chase two rabbits, then both of them will escape. I think these two guys, what they understood very clearly, they found their passion, and then they pursued their passion with laser-like focus. They refused to be distracted and go off on these side tangents that would keep them away from what their true passion was. So the two Billies were outstanding, tremendous human beings. They both, in their life and the lives that they live, there's very valuable lessons for all of us. I would encourage you to go look them up, Billy Henderson and Billy Graham. Look them up, read about them, study them, learn from them, because they provided great lessons for all of us to be successful. So have a great day in Eagle Pride.